Yes, people, how's everyone doing? The waiting game, Tottenham Hotspur. Very, very frustrating time right now, isn't it? Being a Spurs fan, being listening to so many opinions about what's going on, what the best thing is for the club and moving forward. The silence, which is causing fans frustration. Debates continue on what the best thing to do is with the manager. Ange coming or going. We're all sitting here waiting here. People are saying that there's something big coming. There's something big coming. There's a big takeover coming. £5 billion. I mean, come on. it's hard to believe anything that you read online, right? It really is really, really difficult. I mean, I watched a show, We Are Tottenham TV, with Sim, Stel, Brian, and Jim. Very, really good show, actually. Um, Very informative. Made so many fantastic points in that show. Obviously, I did a show Tuesday night um, with the guys as well, which was yeah, we covered a lot in that. Lot of conversation around Spurs, different things from manager, players, playing style, expectations, etc. And look, there's so much we can say, isn't there, about what we want as a fan with our club, but it comes down to a lot what I've been hearing, listening to so many people across the fan base on X, YouTube, journalists. Um, Tottenham Hotspur. This is an issue where, well, I'm kind of hearing that Spurs can't do both of these things. They can't challenge for a good league position and win a trophy. And and Stel is right with his comment around that no other manager has done that at Spurs, win a trophy and have a high league position, in those 17 years. And just won us the cup, but, you know, the worst league position we've had for years and years and years. He has a point. I get where he's coming from, but that doesn't mean that we should accept that. And I think Spurs, the size of our club, we should be doing both. We should be finding a way where we can challenge up that league for those European positions. We should be challenging for a cup, trying to win a cup season in, season out. Yeah, there's no reason why we can't do that. Now, then you look at the board and you look at how our managers are backed, um, and all managers are never backed properly. There's not been a summer transfer window I can remember which you think, yeah, that's it, that's the one, that's really gonna get us over the line this season. The manager's asked for players that he wanted. He's got the mix of experience, um, young players coming in, adding to the already squad that we currently had. And I think the club need to do so much more. It all comes back down to the board, doesn't it? And what they want for Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, financial side with the concerts, the NFL, all the extra activities and all the money that brings into the club. The match day ticket is one of the highest in the league, and this something doesn't add up though, does it? It does not add up, and I know there's changes going on at board level. Vinay coming in, what does that look like? Donna Cullen's left. Talks of Paratici coming back, but nothing official has been announced. Then there's the Ange. Is he staying? Is he going? He doesn't have to be told. We don't have to know because he's in a contract. But there needs to be something from the club that, we know that if Ange is going to be here, then they're working on transfers. They're looking at next season. Are they going to change the manager based on that league performance, based on the 2 years Ange has been here? And a lot of people say to me, Dan, you need to have balance to your conversation. And I try and have balance. But, when I get down to it, the nitty gritty of it, you can't excuse that league position. You can't excuse the performances what we've had this season in the league on a whole. You can't excuse it. Injuries, clause. Clubs have to deal with injuries, managing multiple competitions. It's all part and parcel of Tottenham Hotspur. And as a manager, you need to know how to manage it. look, Ange put all his eggs in one basket and won us that Europa League. Fantastic, and he did well. We all don't know if he made an agreement with Levy that he's spinning off the league when it got to a certain point in the season, that he wanted to put everything into the Europa League because that was the trophy he felt he could win. League wise, we were well off it. We're no way going to finish near Europe, so we put all his eggs in one basket, and he pulled it off. So he's given the fan base a fantastic day, fantastic night, and that feeling of winning a trophy, and we have to thank Ange for that. But is Ange the right man to take us into next season and manage multiple competitions, manage his squad? Is he able to change up tactics, create a system which will get Spurs be more competitive, better results, better performances? Making substitutions in games, when you start the season off, managing the squad sensibly, resting certain key players, using the squad, and Ange did not do that this season, didn't he? He didn't make enough changes at the beginning of the season, didn't use the likes of Jed Spence, didn't use the likes of Radu to come in and cover. And then the injuries started to pile up, didn't they, throughout the season? He continued to play the Spurs, but his style of play with the high press, inverted fullbacks, etc. And it just didn't work, did it? The results, clearly evidence that it didn't work. Then he's mixed it up in the Europa League. It's obviously, he lost some key attacking players, and he went more defensive. But as an attacking unit, we didn't look good, did we? We didn't, and we just scraped through. But that was what needed to happen, and we got that final. And again, fantastic day for the club, and winning that trophy, we will never forget, and we'll always be thankful. But football moves on. Another season will be round the corner, and there's so many things that need to be done this summer with moving on players, bringing in the right players. We see other clubs in the Premier League already signing players, and you don't want to be left behind. Spurs have got in through the back door into the Champions League next season, which is going to be so difficult. So difficult for Spurs. With the squad we got, we need quality to come in there and make us competitive in that competition. It's ruthless, the Champions League, absolutely ruthless. It's on another level of competition to the Europa League. So, do you believe that Ange can manage in multiple competitions, being in a harder competition than the Champions League? You can't rest your first team. You've got to play your best team possible in the Premier League and in Europe. But again, with some sensible changes in the team, resting certain players, it can be done. Of course, big teams in the Premier League do it in, season out. They compete in the Premier League. They compete in Europe. Obviously, the level of quality of player and experience they have is better than Spurs right now, I think. I think Spurs have got some really good players. I think we lack that kind of experience in certain moments in games. Look, the experience from winning that Europa League and the togetherness that we've shown is something to definitely build on next season, under Ange or not under Ange. The whole talk about Thomas Frank, a lot of what I'm hearing is a lot of the fan base are underwhelmed by the appointment. They think it's a sideways step. Thomas Frank has never managed in Europe before. But, again, as we hear with all the conversations, Pochettino hadn't done it before. Managers like Eddie Howe hadn't done it before. They got given the opportunity to step up to a bigger club and do that. And why can't Frank be given that opportunity if he is the guy that's going to come in at Spurs? Look, Frank will have, we don't know, do we? We don't know how Frank will play. We don't know how he will manage multiple competitions, especially being in Europe, particularly because he hasn't done it before. We haven't seen Frank, come close to winning a trophy at Brentford. He hasn't got them over the line in cup competitions, the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, etc. So it's all a bit of an unknown. But, what do you do here? A lot of people want a more glamorous manager, but then that glamorous manager, have they got experience of Premier League? Have they got experience? Are they going to be given the top players that they asked for by the board? The whole wage structure thing. So moving forward, it's this kind of finding a manager, or keeping Ange, whatever they're going to do. and it's providing them with the right players, the players that are going to help massively this team build on the success of the Europa League. And that is the big question, isn't it? And everybody wants to know what are Spurs going to do in this transfer window? What is the plan? What are we going to hear from the club? What they want from Tottenham Hotspur? What do they want us to do? Do they want us to work towards challenging for a title, win a competition? Is it just challenging for top four, top five? What is the what do Spurs want as a club? You know, the fan base wants success. The fan base want us to be competitive. They want us to win trophies. They want be proud of watching Tottenham Hotspur week in, week out. This season, fans are not happy week to week. You know, losing that amount of games, losing a record number of home matches. That can't happen again next season. So something needs to be done. With the manager, if you're backing Ange, you know, I get it. You've got to provide him with top players, and you've got to hope that Ange approaches things differently next season. If it is another manager coming in, they need to be backed with the right players also. The squad's got to be cut down. There's a lot of players that need to go out and be moved on. I'm not I don't want youngsters coming in this summer. I think we have already got a good group of youngsters in the squad, especially from the academy, that can come in and do jobs when we need them throughout the season. I think it's just three, you know, you've got to be kind of realistic there. Three top players coming in, around 50, 40, 60 million each, um, who are going to come into this side next season and really, really help the team and make us more competitive week to week in the league, and give us the best chance in Europe and cup competitions as possible. It sounds straightforward, right? But, it's not, is it? Because of how much players cost, the wages that they ask for, other clubs wanting them players as well. The recruitment is got to be so much better. What are Spurs going to do, guys? Like, how are you all feeling right now? On anything around the club. We're all playing this waiting game, sitting here waiting for any kind of big news to come out. So we all know where we stand as a fan base. Ange in, Ange out. We just need to know. We need to know what the plan is, and we need to see the club start taking some action and talking to players that are going to help us in the new season. Guys, give us your thoughts as you do. Yeah, obviously we're all kind of refreshing our phones, and it's hard not to looking for that breaking news. But yeah, it's the waiting game, the frustration of the waiting game. And I'll leave you with this. What if Spurs are going to change, what manager can work towards making us competitive in the league and win a trophy? Who is that manager? If you think it's Ange, fair enough. Say why you think it's Ange. What gives you the belief? He's won the Europa League. He's shown you that he can win trophies, big trophies. Europa League's a massive trophy, and he's done that. But now, can he do both? Can he improve our league form next season, and show us something different? Show us. And what manager, if it is a manager coming in, who can help us work towards, being competitive season in, season out? Or is it really all down to the board to provide the manager with the tools they need to really push on Tottenham Hotspur next season? It could be exciting next year, guys. It really could be. But we need to be prepared for the season, and that is with, as I keep saying, the right player coming into the club, whoever the manager's in charge, and tactics have got to be a lot better. The system, the squad management, so many things that needs to happen. And but look, guys, this is Tottenham Hotspur, a club where there's so many questions, so many discussion points. What will happen if there is any big updates coming out or any official news? I'll be back to give you all my opinions on it. Please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, come on, you Spurs.